in this area, when we had Garden Square, still do have locked up for trolls like us. It took a lot of faith and a 5-ton truck to open them up. 9 years ago, when the market traders were being threatened, and they're going to be threatened again, they went down to the town hall. God knows how someone got over the 16-foot drop. But they went there, the Tories went running, the police came in, the deal was done, and within 3 weeks, I had the good honour to chair the meeting that set up the Portobello Road Traders Association. It works in this area. You can go to that shop, you can boycott it. Not on a Saturday, but you can really put the fear of God into these people. You exist. In this place, in this area, we started off the first floor shops, fighting for the people here. It's an innovative area. It's been fighting since the 1860s. When the councillors came here all those years ago, decided to leave, they were locked up overnight down in North Kensington. Not a village, North Kensington. That's what happened there. You have to use direct action when it's necessary. But what worries me is I see an awful plan happening here. You've heard about the schools being closed. Yeah. Now, that is part of it. You also know about the North Ken Amenity Trust. Oh, see how they're hiking up the prices there. How many? Then you'll find out the leader of the council is leaving us, going to that big house on the river, Lady, whatever she's going to be called, when she gets there. Now, what worries me is, apart from my bookshop, and I've been in the bookshop since it opened, and other shops, the next set of greedy eyes will look again on the Portobello market. They will say, look what we could get for that. And maybe a firm, let's invent a name, called Town and Country Markets Limited, decide we can run that market. And people with 140 years standing get thrown out. I've been in many battles, the electric cinema, over 30-odd years now. But what we have to do, and what you prove now, is that you can fight back. Let's have no twee names about this. We are fighting for the same thing, whatever class you come from, and that's going to be preservation of our area. We are better than anywhere else. When they wanted to put triple-headed lanterns and cobblestones, the rockery we call it. Incidentally, the cost was £500,000. We went there, we proved our case, and all they did was put tarmac. No, you must organise, that is a fact. I believe if you boycott, and boycott them all, it'll work. It won't take much of your time at all. If there was one thing in the 16 misbegotten years I had on this bloody council, it proved that when you come out and lay down the big stick and you say we're going to do it, you bloody well mean it. We did it to Mosley, we did it to the whole host of people that thought they could take us over. What you got here now is a new type of landlordism. Well, I saw the last one. His name was Rackman, but he did it to people personally. These bastards are doing it to us collectively. Let's get up, let's fight and win.
In spite of some of the comments I've made, the council does actually take seriously the planning applications. It does take seriously consultation. And well, can I just follow that up?
The reason why I have a problem with sitting with people on the committee is I applied for a building on Golden Road, which is with the commercial lettings from the council, from Kensington and Chelsea. They told me the building was £6,800. 3 weeks later, I received a revised list, and the property had gone up to £18,000. Now, when this was within 3 weeks. Now, when we have people sitting on the from the council, I know it's not you personally, but perhaps it is you personally.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Because at the end of the day, we've come here, we've chatted a load of waffle about, oh, we've been suffering and X, Y, and Z. It's been happening for years, this suffering that people have been feeling. And all of a sudden, we talk about, well, it's not the council because the council have done a great job over the years. It's not the landlords. Then who the hell is it? Do you mean, are we talking about some invisible enemy? Who is it we're talking about? We still have not even identified really who it is. You understand this? Now, I just want to say this. No problem, no problem. You can form a committee. Do you understand me? Because I mean, there was no committees 10 years ago when Mangrove was closed down temporarily. None of this, no problem. There should have been a committee. You understand me? I refuse to sit on any toothless committee. And what we need is a committee with teeth that's willing to go out, get involved in direct action. And I can't really see too many people down there throwing too many rock stones. You understand me? I can't see it. So I'm saying, no problem, no problem. You understand me? I'm saying I want to see a committee with teeth, and I don't want to sit on no committee. Right, letters and papers. Let's get to after hearing
none of the community noticed when Holmes Place went up. So really and truly, Ishmael's right. This was coming from a long time. It was coming from a long time. And they listened because it wasn't affecting them. Do you understand what I'm saying? It wasn't affecting them at that time. So as soon as Holmes Place was there, then the next step was Holmes Place now needs a tennis court. Who the hell in the north of the borough needs to go in a swimming pool on the roof? Do you? Do I? None of us need it. Now they're closing Thomas Jones School down because Holmes Place probably needs a tennis court. But when we're telling them all of this, they're not listening to us. So now that their butt is being kicked because the rents are going up.
That's what I'm talking about after the horses bowl.
So much black people around. They are supposed to come and support with black people. They're supposed to come and support us, but they are not coming out. They are very less because when we ask for support, we don't get it. We don't get it. When we ask for the support, when we try and tell the rest of the community, come down and say, it's only some of them. And, you know, for the ones that have supported us, I can only say thank you to them. But usually, they're not even here because I haven't seen none of the ones that gave us support. They're not here. They're not here, you know. So they're the ones that need to be here because they're going to be equally as price out. There's McCann's at the top, the restaurant at the top.
Right,
yeah? There's a little Indian man underneath the flyover that sells you.
That's when they're going to be here. It's too late then.
Take a look at Blagrove. Where is there any one West Indian food place on the bridge? Why? Because they can't afford the rents. They can't afford the damn rents. Sooner or later we'll all be priced out. We told them that. We told them that. We tried to tell the whole of the community that. Before they came up with a plan to close Thomas Jones and Holmes Place a player there, we said, hang on a minute, something's going on. They kicked us out the college and put a sports centre. What for? I'm asking them what for. Who's going to go and use a swimming pool on the roof? Who? Don't we have Portobello Green? Don't we have Kensington Sports Centre?
These people in here that actually sold that land to the
Excuse me, yeah, but the planning permission have to come from Kensington and Chelsea. Right. This man just get up here and tell me that he don't have control over the planning permission.
Rubbish.
He does. He does. When they're ready to go and build something right next to Holmes Place, they're going to ask planning permission. This community now going to say nothing because it's down the end of the borough. It's not up Portobello Road. It's not affecting the shops. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's not in Notting Hill, it's in Grove.
That's the other thing. It's Blagrove. It's not Notting Hill. Don't merge the two and become Notting Hill all of a sudden. It's Blagrove. Call it what it is. It's the Grove. Everybody knows the Grove. If you want to go Notting Hill, go Notting Hill. You want to go Kensington, go Kensington. Blagrove is here, right? And they need, the other thing they need is they need to get all of the community. Ishmahil again is right. Where's all the black people? Where's all the traders? Where's all the black community leaders?
They know nothing ever gets sold. That's why they're not here.
See,
because if they come and sit down, they feel they're wasting their time.
Because they're talking about dealing with the council.
Yes.
They're talking about dealing with the council. And the reason why the community is dead is when all the black community organisations were looking for a helping hand, they didn't get it. They didn't get it. So they died. All those little community black organisations died out. So now, who's going to go and rope in all these black people to come? There's no black community organisation for anybody to go anywhere. You know that. It isn't there.
It doesn't matter to me. Yeah. I was paying £600 a week rent a hell of a long time ago before all this happened. Is this on tape?
Mike's tenant and so on is, you know, you can't produce.
I'm really busy, but I can't make enough money to pay a higher rent.
Yeah.
But the other thing was the thing about picketing McDonald's and things. I mean, once they're open, what's the point?
It's got to be
tourists
beforehand.
and stuff. You can't fight against all that. It's got to be done beforehand.
But the market traders need to be brought into it as well, definitely.
Yeah.
As I was saying earlier tonight, this community has been constantly eroded. We now, as a people, don't have any community facilities for our people. We don't have anything. It's all been taken out of our hands. Now, we can talk all day, but at the end of the day, this means that our children and our future is in jeopardy once again. Another question, when August comes and the carnival comes and all the money starts flowing back into Notting Hill again, who's it going to go to? Who's that money going to filter through to? It's not going to be the community, because everything's been taken away from the community. Most people in the area can't even afford to get a stall at Carnival now. It's been taken right out. It used to be a thing where what was coming into the area would benefit those who were in the area. It would benefit the community. Now, as I was saying earlier, because these things have been allowed to happen in the past and to now, what's going on in this area is not a new thing. It's been going on for at least since the 50s, and historically, previously to that, for hundreds of years.
Did you organise this?
Well, I was trying to. I was going to come to the meeting. I've lived here all my life.
Say what you want to say now.
I did
Say what you want to say now.
Well, I would say I did Alternative London. And Richard, you will know. Richard, you will speak up for me. I'm a long-term resident. Oh, yeah. I lived here most of my life. And, okay, what I want to say is that in my experience of dealing with bureaucracy, I did this book, Alternative London. In my experience of dealing with bureaucracy, you have to go to the top. There's no point in dealing with councils, all the rest of it. And so who is the top? Tony Blair. So if everybody rings Tony Blair, that's the number, 270-3000. Instead of bothering with all these council things, you'll get through to him and you ask Tony Blair, does Tony Blair want the Portobello Road to be taken over by Hugh Grant, Notting Hill and McDonald's, Seattle Coffee House and the Americans? What is this for? Sorry. Because in my experience, it is very simple. Look for the simple thing. What is the simple thing? Who is in charge? Tony Blair is in charge. If everybody here, Robina, if everybody here rang Tony Blair and said that, we would have 1,000 people tonight ring him. We'd have 2,000 people tomorrow. If everybody did that, Downing Street would do something about it, right? Don't trust the council. Blah, blah, blah. Right?
I had hoped that this public meeting was a meeting which was, as it actually is entitled, for the public, for the members of Notting Hill. Unfortunately, I have found that it is actually for those who are in business, be it small or large, and people worrying about their rents. This is supposed to be about Notting Hill. This is supposed to be about the real Notting Hill. I have not been represented here as such. It's a sad, sad situation that when someone calls for a public meeting, I actually turn up and find that I am socially excluded.
At the end of the day, it was all very friendly. People weren't angry enough. They're now talking about forming a committee of which you'll have one of the council representatives on. I mean, they didn't identify who the enemy was. Who is this invisible character that they're referring to? At the end of the day, I feel it was good to have such a wide mix of people in this meeting, predominantly middle class, might I add. And these people are only concerned that now, as the problem spreads, as the cancer spreads to the south of the borough, and they are being affected, that now this becomes a community issue. Where were these people? And that was a very good point that someone raised in the meeting. Where were these people when the changes were taking place in the community? Just about.